These are a few paintings I've done using negative painting. So today, I want to show you guys how you can master the art of negative painting. What is negative painting? Well, I think of it as painting backwards, like painting what's in focus first, or what you want to be the main focus. Like with this tree, I wanted it to have a really nice glow effect and be the main focus in my painting. So I took a yellow and an orange to a orangish burnt green color and then to a dark green. I put those on my canvas ranging from yellow to dark green, and then after that I blended it all together. I normally use Galka gel to dry my underpainting faster, but this painting took longer to dry than I wanted it to. So typically you would only have to wait like 24 hours, but I've had to wait 48 hours, which is fine. Now we can start working on the sky. Painting the sky is an important part of this piece. I decided to go a little bit less foggy than the last piece I did a few weeks ago, and I wanted to change it up slightly because that would be like me painting the entire painting over, and you know me, I do not like painting pieces more than once. So I went with this. I knew a lot of people really liked the other one I did, but it was already sold to my sister, and so I couldn't sell it to all of the lovely people that wanted the piece. I went a little bit more blue with this painting, but if you go too blue, your painting just won't look good, because if the sun's shining through the trees and the sky's super blue, it just looks fake, unless you went with a colder sun shining through the trees, which would work. So I decided to go with a more yellowish blue sky, which overall looked a lot better than if I were to go too blue. This is what I mean by negative painting. So it's where you come back with the sky color and you add in the holes of the tree or whatever you're painting. With the Golden Hour series and this Golden Hour piece, I use negative painting in some of the painting. This really gives a nice effect. Typically you would paint what's farthest away to what's closest to you, and that is a very good way to paint. And I still paint like that, and there's still a lot of the times where you're going to paint like that. Probably more so than negative painting. So if you're trying to achieve something, really figuring out how to achieve it in the best way possible is important. And that's why I wanted to make this video. So I made this claim saying you have to kind of think backwards in my last negative painting video. And what I meant by that is painting the tree first. So this might not make sense, but whatever you want glowing, whatever you want to actually be kind of the subject, or even just the trees, you can actually paint those first. And that's what I did with this. I'll show you. This one right here, I actually painted the trees and then painted the sky holes. With this one I actually painted the trees and the sky at the same time, and then I had to match the color to go in between the trees, which was kind of a mistake, but it ended up being fine. When painting the mountain, I realized that the underpainting, which I used an alcohol marker for, was showing through. So I had to do a couple layers to make sure it actually covered up the marker, which kind of sucked. The sky was looking a little bit too blue, so I went ahead and added some more creamy tones and also added a little bit more yellow, and that really made it look a lot better. When it came to painting the trees in the background, I really just didn't want to get focused on details because I didn't want it to take away from the tree in the foreground. When I paint grass, I think of it as clumps, so I'll take colors and kind of just vary them from dark to light and green to yellow, or whatever you're trying to paint. I wanted this field to look a little bit dry, but also not too dry. So I went with a lush green, slightly yellow ochre type field. I just vary these back and forth and let your brain fill in the details. It's time for my favorite part, which is using cold wax medium to add some atmosphere to the painting. This is probably my favorite part just because it's super satisfying, so I'm going to begin with this right now. I added a little bit too much cold wax medium, so I just wiped that off with a paper towel and kind of just kept doing this back and forth to add some atmosphere. This really sells the effect of fog and mist, and also enhances the effect of the sun shining through the trees. I don't love this painting as much as I loved my first one, but I still do like it. After I was done with the mist, I went ahead and added a little bit more glowing leaves. That way it kind of just blended into the tree. Here's the final result. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope that this video helped you out and that you guys go try negative painting for the first time. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.